Hi guys, welcome to the Healing Room. My name is Kemi Falarin and I have the amazing
Lynn Scott.
And today we are blessed to have Michael with us.
Yeah,
I've known you for a long time.
Yeah, man.
So I've seen the transition and introduce yourself to us.
So please introduce yourself to us, Michael. I also realised as well that you're wearing a...
Okay. Tensor bracelets. These Ouroboros. Just for me, the continuation, the life cycle and stuff like that. So, and copper has many healing properties.
That's right.
I'm saying, and the clear quartz cluster. This just provides me with clarity.
That's right.
Clarity. Every time I put this one on, it's clarity, but also it contains memory as well. We have our quartz in our phones. We have quartz in our phones. So when you turn your phone on, like you turn your phone on and turn it off, for that memory that it brings back up, that's the quartz. That's charging that phone with its memory. So man, it's just good pieces from the earth that I keep with me just to feel grounded. You know what I'm saying? So
it's beautiful because before we actually went on air, we were having a really deep conversation. So can you just give us a little bit about who you are, what you do, how you serve people out there and serve yourself?
Peace to all. Good to be here. First and foremost, I feel good. I feel welcomed. I feel safe. You know what I mean? So I feel, man. I'm in a nice space right now. But so my name is Michael Belle. Some people may call me Highest Love, and I run an organisation called A Few Great Men.
Lovely.
And ultimately, we're an organisation that aims to raise up the environments, the thoughts, the words, and the existence of those that we engage with. When we're talking about environments, we're here physically, we're in London, this is our environment. But our biggest environment is our mind, because this is where we spend most of our time. This is where we spend all of our time. So you ever hear the saying, where's your head at? It's like, where are you in your mind? What's your environment looking like in your mind? Are you watering the seeds in your mind's garden? How are you working with your mind? How much clarity have you got? What can you see tomorrow? Our thoughts, everything material started with a thought, begins with a thought. So as I said earlier, this might not be a sofa we're technically sitting on. This is somebody's thoughts.
That's right.
And that shows how important thoughts are, because thoughts are the beginning of any form of manifestation. Anything material begins with a thought. So we all have the power of thought. So it's important to tune into your thoughts and analyze your thoughts and nurture your thoughts, because your thoughts brings things into reality. Our words, it's funny because as I grew up, I used to do a lot of music and stuff, and the name that I went by was words, because to me words are very important. Words, you can say a word and change someone's whole feeling about themselves.
Sorry to interject here, but it's like when you're talking about words, because as we were talking about earlier, the importance of words creates a spell.
Yeah, man. Yeah, words.
So I just had to say that, because I just wanted you, the spelling of words of the good and bad, what we can put onto other people's lives and our own lives by the words that we choose to use.
For sure. So we have to be mindful of the words. That's why it's important to speak good things into existence. Why do we have to kill two birds with one stone when we can save two birds with both hands? You feel what I'm saying? Like
Say that again.
So
say that again. Repeat that.
Why do we have to kill two birds with one stone instead of we can just save two birds with one hand?
That's right.
But sometimes we might be unconscious of the things we even saying and what we putting out there into the universe. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why it's important to treat people as you wish to be treated, because we have a conscious mind, we have a subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is just like the hidden part of our mind. That's our data bank. It records and stores everything that our conscious mind takes in, and it plays it back to us. But our subconscious mind don't know nothing else and nobody else. It only knows I. You feel what I'm saying? It only knows I. So if you say to someone, I hate you, your subconscious mind is recording that, but all your subconscious mind is going to feed you is hate you. And you're going to be bringing that back onto yourself. So it's very important how you greet people, how you converse with people and engage with people, including yourself, because you're creating that energy around you, and you're creating that reality. And your reality becomes your existence. So that's what our organisation ultimately does. And we predominantly work in prisons. So we do a lot of work in prisons across London and across the Kent County, and we run a course called Y.O.U, which stands for Your Own Universe, and it's a course where we provide freedom. And when I'm talking freedom is a lot deeper than just whether you're in prison or you're not in prison. Freedom is being able to think for yourself. Freedom is being able to tune into your heart and to your feelings. That's what freedom is. So we provide a space for the guys to really explore their freedom through their vulnerability. Because within vulnerability, this is where you get to discover things about yourself.
Do you think, Michael, that it would be good? It's a brilliant organisation, by the way, and then, I'm heard such good things about what you're doing. Would it be lovely if you had a space where you could do this work before the men actually get to prison?
Yeah, man, prevention over cure, as everybody says. And, one of the things that anchors my heart the most is like, we're seeing a real awakening in jail. Don't get it twisted. We see a real awakening. Guys are sitting there. They're thirsty for knowledge. They want to know more so they can become more. But it's only when you're sitting in jail serving 25 to 30 years, because a lot of the guys we work with it's long timers. You know what I mean? Long timers. Guys as young as 18 years old serving 25, 30 years for murder. So a lot of times we're in the room with a lot of people that's been convicted or on trial for things of that nature, and it's really tough. But within that, one of the pieces of medication that the guys get within jail is isolation. It's time to themselves. Because when you got isolation, you got time to yourself, the distractions are no longer there. So now you have to go within. You have to go within yourself. And I know you was talking about words and anagrams and stuff like that. So you have the word within, WITHIN. You move that around, you can get the word high twin.
Twin, that's right.
Your high twin, your higher version of self, your higher reflection. And sometimes when we're out here on the streets in the community, we never tune into our high twin because there's too many things trying to pull you away from your inner nature, what's in your nature naturally. You feel me? What's in your nature naturally. So when you've got that isolation, you can begin to learn, you can begin to grow through your past experiences, you can begin to visualize further in order to become more. You feel what I'm saying? So isolation, that's what they get in jail, but 30 years of that, then it's tough. It's tough. So doing the work beforehand is key. But I used to think like, I need to be setting up more things in the community, which is true. But I'm doing things in the community every day. I'm raising my son. I'm raising my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving peace and love to everyone I come across. So that is what community work is. It's not necessarily all the time having an organization with your goals and your objectives. It's just love. That's community work, is love. Find the things that we have. Our common unity builds our community. The things we have in common. And the one thing we all have in common is that we're human beings, and that we all have a heart, and that we all have a soul, and every soul has a humble place. So it's just about going within, searching within your higher twin to attain that humbleness within the soul.
How would you advise someone to start that process who's listening to this podcast right now?
What was your pinnacle moment of change from Michael 1 to Michael 2.0, the Michael you are today?
All right. Remember those questions,
Yeah.
When it comes to change, the word change is beautiful. It's always important to change. But I don't feel like we always have to change. When I'm in the jails, I don't really speak to the guys too much about change. I just talk to them about igniting what's already inside of us, because it's in our nature naturally. So when sometimes we feel like we have to change, you may look at yourself, look at the reflection and feel like this is who you're not meant to be. It's just igniting what's already in us. Because we're born, we're made out of love, we're made out of these things. So it's in us already. So let's just ignite that. You feel what I'm saying? But going back to what Lynn was saying, in regards to what was the question
where
again?
you can start from now, if you're listening to this, what's the best way for you to be able to stop?
Yeah, I feel like when I'm in the jails, anyone I'm speaking to, what I do, I rise early. I wake up early. You know, on good days, I wake up early. I got 2 young children. I got a wife. I don't always have me time. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for not always having me time for sure, but I don't always get me time. But what I do, I rise early. I rise up about 4:30 in the morning, and that's where I gain my advantage in the day. Because, you know, I'm kind of close to a main road. The streets sleep. There's a time when everybody's sleeping. The streets sleep. You might hear 1 or 2 bird songs. You can tune into that. But now I've got time to be with myself and be in my thoughts. I've got time to breathe.
Yeah.
I've got time to breathe. And sometimes just taking that simple breath can bring you composure instead of consequence. How many times has people been in situations, a lot of the guys I work with in the prisons, been in situations where they didn't breathe and they just acted and now it's done. Or if you just breathe, something that is in us, this is life, this is God. Our breath is God, it's the spirit. So just breathe. So I get time to breathe and regulate my breath. I get time to close my eyes and to meditate. And to me, meditation ain't always about sitting down and just being in a space, because when I close my eyes, thoughts are coming, thoughts are going, positive thoughts, negative thoughts. I'm thinking about 2 weeks ago, I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm not always present. But within my meditation, so to speak, I close my eyes and thoughts are going everywhere, but I attain my center. So even if my thoughts are going over here, I can pull myself back to my center. My center is my grounding point. You feel what I'm saying? My grounding point. So no matter what the day has prepared for me, I'm grounded, I'm in tune with myself to deal with it. You feel what I'm saying? So the guys in the jail, you can only imagine what their days must look like. They're more grounded. And the guys say, yo, man, I've been waking up early. I've been doing my breathing exercises. I've been doing these things. I feel much better. You feel what I'm saying? That there, I feel like, can be the beginnings of your awakening, because when you tune in to self, you don't know what it's going to reveal.
Yeah.
So I haven't got the answer for everybody of what to do, but you tune in with self, and then that inner voice, our intuition. Our intuition is our inner tutor.
That's right.
That voice, we need to become in alignment with that voice, because that voice is our higher self. And being able to just wake up early and tune into that, then I feel like that's a good way to start, man.
You actually find as well, like waking up in the morning, like I said, there's peace. Your phone's not going off. There's nothing, minimal distractions. But also they find that sometimes that's your most creative time. I think it's between 3 and something in the morning. People are the most creative. So people sometimes wake up and they wake up with ideas. So I can wake up sometimes with names for projects or things that I want to go and do. But it's that quiet time that you have before the rat race starts. Whereas a lot, I guess something I need to practice. Well, I used to practice, but instead of waking up and going like this, phone, and going straight on your phone, but actually waking up, quieting your mind down, just connecting with yourself. Like the whole kind of walking on the floor. I remember I used to look at you guys and be like, well, you're not walking barefoot and hugging trees. Like, what craziness is this? But I started doing it with my friend, and I was like, and because I can have anxiety, sometimes suffer from anxiety, and like one time I hugged the tree and it regulated my heartbeat, and it was like, oh wow. And then I started looking at trees and being like, well, you can have a whole row of trees, they all look different, planted in the same kind of soil almost, but this one has its leaves, this one doesn't, this one's skinny, this one's big, this one's leaves are falling down. But I used to just observe, and I used to play the chronicles of the trees.
It's actually one of the most, it goes way back in, because I've been studying hypnotherapy. So I'm doing I'm doing a certificate in hypnotherapy. And it's one of the things, again, was one of the massive healing things were trees. Trees, the roots, the whole energy that a tree can bring for you, the healing properties within trees, you know, as they say, believe, believe, cure. But we know that when you hug a tree, or you know, you sit by a tree, how you feel so much more calmer, so much more centered, you know. And I know there's probably people listening to this now and thinking, oh, they're off on one of those spiritual trips.
But I used to be like,
that was how she was.
Put your foot on the floor.
We did a thing in Clapham,
sound bath.
in the sound bath. It was amazing. last year, and I said to Kems, "Come on, let's hug a tree."
Like,
And I was. She looked at me like, "Really?" But then she came and she hugged the tree.
Thanks, Kim.
So she she started the journey, and now she's talking about hugging trees.
Trees.
Those of you sitting there talking, I'm like, I might go outside tomorrow and go hug some trees. I ain't done it for a while.
You know what it is? Trees, it's here. You know, I'm a nature man. I like to be out in nature, but sometimes I get caught up in life, I guess. And it's like, I ain't even been to nature, but it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I know we're in a London city and it's closing in. It feels like it's closing in, but it's there. Trees it's life. It's like, I was in the jail the other day actually, and you know, as I've been growing, I guess within my life, you know, some people don't always get it. I remember someone said to me, "Yeah, I heard, yo, Mike, I heard you and Dave, one of my peoples, hail up. I heard you and Dave just hugging trees and stuff and laughing." I was like, "Yeah, but you know, trees is life.
That's right.
I'm getting life, so I'd rather be hugging trees while many men are on the block hugging death.
That's right.
Naturally." But the conditioning makes you think the death they're hugging is the cool thing to be doing. And I said that to the guys in the jail the other day, and it was like, I said, "Mike, I'm gonna take that. You know, I'm gonna take that for a bar." Yeah. I was like, "It's the truth." I'm a Game of Thrones fan. You guys seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything.
I don't watch. Winter's here.
We're in a winter right now.
Winter's
but
here.
There was a little scene when Catelyn Stark.
Yes.
She found out her other half, you know, something happened to her. I don't want to put no spoilers, but she was breathing heavy, and she was in the woods breathing heavy, and she ran, and then she just embraced the tree, and you could just see the life going back in her. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing happens to us even when we're to change your vibration. Yeah. Just go for a walk in the park.
Yeah, man.
Just go for a walk amongst nature. It just calms you down. And this is why, again, I look at people, and no disrespect to anyone who does this, but first thing in the morning when you pick up your phone and you've gone on your phone on your social medias, you've just literally destroyed something that God's given you, which is the gift of today, of just first saying, "Thank you. Let me stop and think about my thoughts and what God has probably given me in my dreams last night, or what thought I have woken up with." To embrace this day, because by the time you picked up your phone,
else's life,
and then you're looking through everybody else's stuff, you've forgotten the purpose of what you are here to do. Indeed. But you know, I'm not here to change the world. I'm only here to change myself, and once I change me, then that ripple effect will help to change others. Indeed. And that's that. So you know, I'm not going to preach to anyone, but I would say. First thing, and the richest people, you know, we've been quite fortunate to meet some very, very wealthy people, not just financially, but in their thought process. And the first thing they do really is when they wake is they go and have that little word with their creator, and they go in the gym.
But there's
they go for a walk, or they go in the gym.
Your morning routine, you don't realise how important that it is. And if you read a lot of books on it, like the 5 a.m. club.
Yeah.
You wake up, I think it's 20% spiritual, 20% exercise, 20% feeding of the mind before you start there. And when you rise early, you find you get so much more done. I know I get so much more done in my day. And then by 9, 10 o'clock, I'm like, I'm tired. Yeah, time to go to bed. But I've done my gym. I've done everything I need to do. I could read. I could do an extra hour at work before anyone comes in. And then start my day. And I find I get so much more done and I feel I'm more productive than waking up at 10, 11 o'clock and then trying to start my day. So your morning routine is really important. And I guess one of the keys in life is tweaking things, finding out what works for you. Like when I meditate, I fall asleep. But it doesn't mean that I shouldn't keep on kind of practicing it. But what I did find peace in is walking in the park. And even when it was raining, you don't even mind taking your shoes off. And it's weird. You were still walking it, and like I did a video, and me and my friend was like bouncing on the tree, like, and it was fun. It felt like a kid again. And like it was raining, I went down the slide. It was all wet, but it was just fun. Like
so that's the beauty. To feel like a kid again. It's like
I'm a kid every day, but yeah.
But give thanks for that, because we get detached from that so quickly. But when you think about childhood and you think about innocence, that's where we find our purpose. This is where we're more fearless. This is where our imaginations become boundless, our childlike energy. But when we grow now, we limit our thoughts, we limit what we can do.
Yeah.
We always need to hold on to our childlike energy. You feel what I'm saying? So go in the park, bounce, sing. When it's raining, I look at the rain, it's a cleanse.
That's right.
Rain is life, water is life.
Yeah.
It's life force. I was in mummy's water for 9 months in the great waters before I came here in my physical form. So we have to embrace all the seasons, we embrace everything. This is when I feel personally you're actually living this thing called life and this experience when you're in tuned with what the universe and what nature has to give, because we are nature and nature is us. But somehow, if you're not careful, you get consumed within this mainstream way of doing things. Waking up at a certain time, going to work, doing this, going to sleep, and you're not really feeding yourself. We have this physical essence of ourselves, but we have our spiritual.
Yeah.
And I think I said it earlier, it's like everyone like talks about spirituality and not being spiritual. I feel like titles can really dim things. Like, okay, you're a spiritual person, so you must be this way and that way. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes, and then you're with self.
Yeah.
You're with self. Close your eyes, and then you're with self. Because when we open our eyes, it's no longer self. It's external things. It's things that influence our mind. Just close your eyes. Take time when you close your eyes, and you become with self. Because when you're dreaming, you're with self.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So just close your eyes when you're awake sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? Close your eyes and
feel.
yeah, man, feel. You feel what I'm saying? So
Back into heart space.
yeah, man, that's the level, man. That's the level, and this is where.
This is beautiful that you're actually teaching these things to people in prison, because what it's then doing as well is it's giving them peace of mind while they're in that environment.
Yeah, and it gives them purpose. I learned a new word called ineffable.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing it right? So ineffable basically means you can't explain it in words. Yeah, that's what it actually means. Like, it's something you can't explain in words, and the feeling that I feel and the things that I've seen, the things that I've heard, the things that the guys have written and expressed. There's real awakenings going on in there, like real awakenings, and it could be easy to say, "Oh, they're in prison. This is the only way," and so that's why I said, like, are prisons obsolete, or does it serve a purpose? Because man and women, they have time to sit by themselves and to go through things, and you can change from that. But the space that we provide for them, you can tell this is just what they've needed. Like, I'm currently in a group right now. I'm 3 sessions into a group, and within the first 10 minutes, had a young 18-year-old boy just literally just break down crying. I had to get up and hug him, and he was crying through the fact of the remorse that he felt for the crime that, you know, he's been accused of doing. I don't know. I can't remember if he's been convicted or whatnot. So I don't want to put that out there. But he's crying for the remorse, and would the victim's family ever forgive him? Because like, all of this and broken, and to know that you may sit in this place, in this environment for the next how many years, it's hard. But on the flip side, there's families now that have been impacted. Yeah. So we talk about the stone in the water, and it has that ripple effect. Yeah. This is what's happening. But yeah, man, we have to just bring life, especially when it comes to the roads and people coming from like the environments that I grew up in. A lot of people didn't have the opportunity to get to know who they were or get to know their true purpose in life. So they got consumed to the excitements of the illusion. Yeah. But that's all it is. It's illusionary world, but it's just excitement. It's exciting because we're naturally swaggy. We naturally got style. We can make like death look good, if that makes sense. We can make crime and everything just look good and be appealing. So people get drawn into that. And then they go through what they go through, get convicted, go to jail, and now they're sitting there and they realise once all that's gone, what are they left with? Yeah. They're only left with the family that truly loves them, that they probably didn't put enough time and attention into. and now they're left with themselves. So it's not the best place to be in, but that could be the starting point of your self-revelation.
And as you're changing as well, you could be talking to your kids on the phone.
Yeah.
When they're coming to visit you, and you're influencing them and telling them about, actually, this ain't the way, but having the tools. It's not like you just go to prison and you think, "Brad, it's not worth it," because everyone's probably got a friend who's gone to prison, or someone who knows someone. But it's that element of, no, I want to change the way I see things, and actually, it wasn't worth what I'm doing. Like I said, we can fake it. I have a saying: you can fake it to the world, but you always go to bed with your true self.
Yeah.
You can go out there with the masks, as many masks as you want, but you always go to bed with your true self.
So when you know that, that's why you tune into yourself. But one of the things, the dominating things out here is fear. It's fear, people dwelling in fear for their life, fear to express. To me, fear is false evidence appearing real.
That's right.
It's just false evidence appearing real. But then we can become alchemists and change that, because we have to change negatives into positive, because everything is a balance. We have to understand that. So if there's negative things going on in the world, just know there's positive things going on. But it's where you choose to put your mind. If we're all focusing on the negative, everything that's going on in the world, our collective consciousness and our collective thought is all focusing on the negativity.
That's
Guess
right.
what? We're giving more life to that.
That's right.
We're giving birth to that.
Yeah.
So let's think over here on the positive side. So when we're thinking about false evidence appearing real, we can look at fear as face everything and rise. Or I like to say, freeing excellence affects reality. So when you get to free,
say that again.
freeing. So when you free your excellence, you affect your reality, and that's what it is. A lot of man that's sitting behind jail, or just people in general, they may fear to free their true excellence, who they truly are. This is why they say the cemetery is the richest place on earth, because it takes everybody's dreams, everybody's hopes, everybody's ideas, everybody's feelings that they didn't get to express. So when I transition on and I get to dwell with the ancestors, just know while I was here on earth, I gave everything. I gave everything I could have, because I freed my excellence, and my excellence is what is going to affect the reality. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to affect the reality. So when we deal with fear, we deal with a higher level of fear, a fear that breaks us through any limitations that anybody, including our own inner self, puts on us. You feel what I'm saying?
The book on that is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway.
Yeah, very much so.
Man.
It's a good book about facing your fears. Because sometimes until you do something, I was listening to a preaching, and it was about faith, because I just wanted to study faith at the moment, and he was saying, his grandson, you would run up every time on church to the pulpit, and then he would be like, "Oh, jump," and he'd be like, "No," he'd be like, "Jump." But he said he kept on saying it till he got confident in jumping. And he said sometimes we keep on hearing something till we believe it, a repetition. Then we believe that thing. Sometimes actually face that fear, do it a little bit. Oh, that weren't bad. Like I'm scared of heights, and there's sometimes I'll do things that, and I'll be like, wow, imagine how much things I've missed because I don't want to do this activity. There's still some I won't do, but some I'll analyse it. Okay, it's not too bad. This is what it might do to me. But then you realise when you step out of your comfort zone. You push yourself to a place that you haven't been before, to what great things that you could possibly do.
Yeah, that's graduation. You know what I mean? You graduate. Yeah. Graduation ain't the big crescendo, the big celebration. It's just the little things you can do. You said you're going to get out 10 minutes earlier, and you start to do that. You've graduated from the time that you used to get out. Graduate, you dip your toes in. That's a graduation, and you celebrate those graduations, and we become higher.
Yes, just taking those small little steps. Yeah. So if you want to wake up earlier, I always say to people, just plan to wake up half an hour earlier. Then after half an hour, you might say you want to wake up at 5. You might wake up at 6. Then you do 5:30. Then 5 o'clock to get there. Just do those little steps to get to where you want to get to. Because now I think I started off at 5:30 because I had to be in the gym for 6. But now I'm up about 4. My body's up and I'll be like, okay, I've got another hour. But I'm like, okay, increase that time to use it to pray, to read, to just be still.
That's what I was just about to say.
Because one of the things I do is I'm quite busy. So I start the day and it's like boom, 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 boom. And now like every day I have to write down a thing that says, how would you improve your day? So I start off with 3 things I'm grateful for. Then it's how would you improve your day? And then I write just be present and take your time. But I've been writing it for the last 3 weeks.
Good,
but I'm like, but I'm trying to reflect on take your time. Stop trying to do a million things in a small space of time in a day, because it makes you irritated. You get a bit like naggy, and then you don't feel like you've accomplished everything because you haven't ticked off the whole list. But it's about just learning to be slow. And like, even I might find like sometimes when I'm speaking fast, I'm trying to do everything quickly, and it's like, can we slow down? Take your time. Slow, man. Just be here in the present. Because I could be here and be thinking about being at home or what I've got to do tomorrow. But then yesterday I was here already. So I'm always like a day ahead of where I am, and it's learning to be like, just be in this moment. Be in the present of where you are.
And your presence is a present. It's a gift. Listen to that. It's a gift. It's like the past. I'm a history man in that sense. I like to study a lot of the things that happened in the past, and history is a beautiful thing to learn from. But it's done. So what you can do is learn from that. But the trick is not to linger your gaze there. It's get your lessons, get the seeds that you need from that, and move forward. The future is only the future when you step into the future. You feel what I'm saying?
Right here, now, in the present.
It's the present. This is the moment. So the seeds that you plant within this present moment will start to impact your future. It will start to impact your tomorrow. So then when you're in tomorrow and you look back into the past, which is yesterday, you planted a positive seed. So now you've got positive seeds to work with. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the presence that we're dealing with.
So they say like anxiety can come from thinking about the future, depression, thinking about the past. But right here in the present moment, there's peace. There's nothing's happened. It's our thoughts that take us forward or backwards. But here right now, there's just peace.
And you can align yourself with what you're actually feeling right now. So when you do that, this is what living is to me. I'm alive now because I'm feeling this right now.
That's the gem that we need to tell everyone right now is being present, thinking about now, because it is right. Anxiety is something of thinking of the unknown, of an outcome that we cannot predict. And depression is formed by thinking of too much of the past.
I always say to people, what does worry change?
Worry doesn't change anything. Prayers does, but worry doesn't do anything. But
you can worry, and then tomorrow it's all thing. You think, I spent 24 hours worrying, then the next day it was all fine. Like I wasted that peaceful moments I could have been having worrying.
It's process, and I still worry. I still think about tomorrow. Sometimes I'm not.
Do you really worry? When you really think of it, because the man I'm listening to speaking now, I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't actually see you as a person that worries. Maybe there might be some concerns.
I guess not worrying, but if I've got something coming up on Monday, so like just this week gone, I've started a brand new course,
right?
In Belmarsh, but just worrying, not worrying, but of trying to get what I need to get done in order to be ready for that. You feel what I'm saying?
So what is it that you're not trusting in that process?
Well, I'm not trusting that process, that I'm not trusting in the process, if that makes sense. So when I started to just trust in the process, everything started to fall in line and align. You feel what I'm saying? So what I was focusing too much on trying to get this done, that done, on what I wanted to show the guys and what we wanted to go through. When I trusted in the process, I went there on Monday, and within the first 10 minutes, we had tears, and the conversation went somewhere where I was not expecting it to go. And then we were so deep within that. It's just trusting the process. But sometimes I need those reminders. It's like, Mike, universe has got you. And I really know that, and I believe that, because everything that is meant for me, if it's meant for me, it will come to me. So we just need to be present in the moment, plant your seeds, give love, and then you're just going to receive love, and you're going to receive everything that is meant for you. But the issue is within life and the conditionings of life, where we're taught to just worry about what's not even here. It's not here because it's not meant to be here. So we talk about, I heard you guys talking on a few of the other podcasts about relationships and things like that. And, I've been through my situations, and it's like, when you're out there looking, you may never find. But when you just align yourself and work on yourself and work on your inner being, we're magnets, right? We're electromagnetic beings. Our thoughts are electric and our emotions are magnetic. So when we think positively, we create that reality. We create that reality because we create that emotion. We create that feeling. So when you create that feeling, what's going to happen? What's meant for you is just going to draw towards you, and what's not meant for you, it will repel.
That's right.
Do you know, it's so funny you're saying that. So obviously, even though it's changed, but I'm going to use it in the words like the seasonal affective disorder I was talking to you about the other day. It's sort of sad. So I've obviously started feeling happy and whatever. And I remember just standing outside my house, and I was like, I'm actually really happy.
Give thanks.
But that thing of good things started to come when I was in that kind of low vibration state. Everything seems like it's wrong, or everything's going wrong. Whereas now I feel the way I do feel, good things are coming my way. So things still happen that I might not like, but I look at it from a different lens to that lens that I had on. And it's weird because I was like just praying and saying, God, what is it? Like, I need to find out what this switch is. Even my counsellor said, yeah, the switch has gone off. But it's like, what is this switch? Because I need to know how to master it, because I can't do 6 months of and then 6 months of because that effect is just too much. But I've learned little things like I need routine. I need to be in the gym because I actually like it. I now kind of being on this health thing, what I eat, I can see how it affects me. So if I have certain foods, I can feel like, oh yeah, I feel groggy.
Yeah,
I feel
sluggish.
Yeah, like whew. Whereas when I eat other food, I can feel the energy that you get from it. And just kind of tuning into like, what am I feeling? So I've been snappy this week, and I said to my colleague, oh, I'm sorry that I've been snappy. And I said, but it's funny because I've been wanting to say sorry since Monday, but for some reason the words couldn't come out my mouth. I've been sitting in the car, be like, just apologise. I'm like, no, don't apologise. But I had to reflect, why couldn't you apologise? And then she's like, oh no, Kim, it's just that you're back to normal now. When you running 1,000 miles per hour, which means everything has to be limited. You want limited information, just the points you want. But I was like, oh, that's a good analysis of me, like, oh, that's because I was thinking, why am I so irritated by everything? Like, it's because I'm running like this now. But what I'm trying to learn, don't go back to that Kemi. You need to go back to Kemi who takes her time. So that maybe I'm burning myself out in 6 months because I'm trying to fit it all in before I feel that way again. It's actually, no, I want a different pattern. So I have to observe, I have to connect, I have to think, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? You know, if it's in your throat, what do you want to say? The different parts of your body, what's going on for you? Because I guess when I'm doing counselling with a lot of clients, a lot of people don't know how to feel. Well, they're disconnected with their feelings, and I was that person.
Yeah, they're not taught to feel.
Yeah, I was that person.
To just, you know, because people don't ask when you're growing up, oh, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? You know, and even if they do, they're not waiting for an answer. This is the conditioning. Yeah, you good? Yeah, I'm good. It's just the person even asking you good, they're probably conditioned just to say you good.
But have you found it funny when someone, I got a friend and she'll say, no, and my day, and she goes into explain this whole thing. I'm like, I just asked you how you was. I want that, okay. Not the whole still.
That's the conditioning, you know what I'm saying? So it's important, like, to check in. It's important to check in, especially with your loved ones and your beloveds. It's easier said than done all the time because everybody's going through what they're going through. But as you were saying, Kemi, it's just slowing it down, man.
Yeah.
If you're driving 100 miles per hour on the motorway, you're getting to your destination, cool. But you're not. When I go for the drives and I see the trees, how you mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just slow it down. I've been in cars with my friends. They'd be like, "Oh, mate, you're real calm when you driving it." I was like, "Yeah, man. It's like,
no rush.
what we rushing for? Like, it's just a hustle and bustle. I'm just trying to move at my own pace, not even a different pace, my own pace within life." And I feel like it's working for me in that sense, and things are coming to me that's meant for me. Things in life that I thought was meant for me wasn't meant for me. You feel what I'm saying? Us sitting here now, we spoke like a year ago, right? Over a year ago, and it just wasn't the time, wasn't the alignment. But me being here today is confirmed that things happen for reasons, and it's come at the right time, because everything else that's going on within my life and stuff like that has brought me here. It's like I've been on a journey. I like to say I'm a bit like, I'm an introverted type of person. I speak, as you can hear.
We say we're introverted, but when I'm around the right people, I'm an extrovert. Naturally. So, you know, I speak. When I'm in the jails, I speak. I'm giving a reason, but when I'm in my own space, I just, you know what I mean? I'm in my zone, but I feel like it probably is a time for me to find my, I guess public voice. Not even find,
use my voice to speak to whoever wants to listen, to speak to whoever gets drawn into this. You feel what I'm saying? It's not even a public voice, because my voice is my voice. Just use this voice now, because for a long time, my voice and I guess the work that I've been doing and my team's been doing has just been behind the gates. It's been incarcerated. It's been isolated behind the gates, and the good work's happening. But now it's time to share that, because this is how we get to change the narrative. So going back to the prisons, for example, when you hear prison, when you hear these things, you just have a certain image of that. But people will never know that higher learning is happening in there. Man are shedding, man are crying, they're letting things go, man are receiving information that's going to benefit their life. Man are no longer wearing the mask. They're tuning into their inner self, and they're learning through that. You feel what I'm saying? And they're understanding what is real to them, because they're tapping into their nature that's within. So it's a beautiful space for me to be here to now start to push that out and share it with the people that real things are happening. And if we continue just to show love, because that's all it is. Sometimes we can talk, okay, this religion, that religion, or this person believes this person believes that, this person, just deal with love naturally.
That's real.
It's unconditional love.
That's right.
It's unconditional love. So anywhere I walk, that's the energy I give, and 99.9 times it comes back to me. And the people that don't tune into that frequency, I can't even see them, because they just repel, because naturally they can't even come in that space, because we're dealing with a higher love, a highest love. That's what we're dealing with. So
I love the growth.
I'm grateful.
Like, I've known you for the 2, and just shown, like, it's just for, I guess, for people to know that you didn't just arrive here. It took a while. You wasn't born into it, in a sense. I mean, in like, there's been a growth of learning, of changing, of not change, but igniting, releasing what's within you, and it's taken that journey, and that's possible for anybody. It's not just because of where you've come from or what you've gone through, but once we take that stand to just stop and just think, what do I actually want for my life? And are the things I'm doing taking me there?
And that's that. Like, and I'm very, very grateful. And you know what? Let me hail up Kemi though, for real, because and this is, I guess, the best place to do it. Kemi was she was very instrumental. I remember when I first started getting the idea of setting up my organization. You know, sometimes in life you've got questions, but you don't even go and seek to find the answers. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't work on the answer, this remain a question. But I remember I wanted to set up my organization, but I spoke to Kemi, and I used to go check Kemi in the youth club, right? I might finish working in the prison in Wandsworth, come down, I'll sit with Kemi, and she's giving me ideas, and this is what you need to do. And I remember one time you said to me simply, like, just go on company's house, register your company, and then you're in. And that's what I done, and that was in 2017, and that was the birth. So what we got now, we're now in 5 prisons.
It's fantastic.
5 prisons.
Well
you know what I'm saying?
Do you know? I remember we were sitting here. I was like, I remember giving him that book, Man Search for Meaning.
Yeah. I've still.
Where's my book?
I still got that. That's on the bookshelf, man. Giving off good energy.
And he is keeping that.
So you gave me that, yeah. That's on the bookshelf. It's funny, on that book. I got 2 books. I think a book called In God's Presence and Man Search for Meaning. It's in my bedroom on the shelf. But on top of that, I got my son's. It's like a little gorilla just sitting on top of those books there, and it's just like, it's guarding. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting looked after. You know what I mean? It's got some real strength around it. But
no, I didn't actually read it. I think there's a season for me sometimes when I read a particular book. Oh, that's why I gave you the hard copy, because otherwise I'll be like, I'll buy you one. I want my hard copy, but no.
But no, give thanks for that, man. But yeah, Kemi, for real. You came through, man, and always come through. You feel what I'm saying? Because we align. What we are doing, what we want to do, the visions that we have aligns, and your vibe attracts your tribe. You feel what I'm saying? So when you put out that energy, this is what comes for us 3 and everybody in the room to be able to sit here on a level where we can heal, where we can talk, where we can reason, and where we can grow. I look at myself as a universal student and teacher. because I'm able to guide and teach, but I'm also able to listen and learn.
Yeah.
So with you guys, you can guide and teach, but also listen and learn. So when we do that, that's an exchange of energy, and this is how we grow together, because we're learning from each other, but we're also guiding each other. And that's what growth is to me.
So do you want to give a tool, a tip, or advice, a message to wrap up? People listening.
Yeah, man. Give thanks to all. Just know thyself. Know thyself. Know that you are more than this physical that you see. It's important to work on the physical, but from within we win, and within is your high twin. So just take time to be with your thoughts. Take time to feel what you're feeling, but always trust in the process. If you lead with your heart, you set the right intentions, just know that process is gonna turn to fruition, and you're gonna gain your fruits from it. But you have to trust in that process, because everything sometimes needs to go through the darkness in order to come out into the light. And the dark is actually the light, because all light perceives out of darkness. We have to look in the skies to see the stars. We have to look into darkness, and we are darkness because we're carbon beings. You feel what I'm saying? So tune into yourself. Just know there's multiple layers, from our energy to our heart to our soul. There's multiple layers within. You tune into yourself, listen to yourself, and you become the solution and the answer. You know what I mean? So
Thank you.
give thanks. Give thanks.
The socials.
Absolutely. Thank you. What is your socials?
Socials. So it's a few great men _ on Instagram, and my personal one, I guess, is highest love _ website at this moment ain't up and running, but it's www.afewgreatmen.com. You know what I'm saying? You'll find all our works and stuff like that, and I've got some things coming, and this is what I'm saying, things are aligning in a good way, because maybe this is the birth to me, I guess, speaking more and sharing more.
We'll definitely have you back again.
Yeah, man.
100%.
So, several thanks to you guys, and
thank you.
Love as always.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
So what we'd like right now is for you to share,
subscribe,
and like
please,
with as many people as possible. Thank you so much for your time.
Likewise.
Really grateful. The energy, the wisdom.
You can feel it in the room.
It's just so nice and peaceful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.